Hey everybody. Okay, clearing. All right, so let's get into what we can for the masculine and feminine here. All I can hear on the pre-shuffle is clearing toxicity. So what we're going to dive into is a reading with the usual things, but through the lens of what are the toxicities that the masculine and feminine are each clearing. So first off, let's go into the masculine. What is this? Okay, indecision and bravery going forward. So what's happening here? Yeah, these both came out on the neutral. So it's like back and forth between nope, can't do anymore, and I'm going for it. There's this back and forth still. Vulnerability. This person is half exposed. This person is in flow and taking it as it comes. This person is sort of, what I'm getting here is she's got her hands full and then exposed partly. So it's like the masculines don't mean to be vulnerable when you are seeing them as vulnerable feminines. There's this side of it. But then there's also a bit of competition here that you make it look so easy, feminine or feminines. I am seeing two feminines on these cards for the masculine, and so I guess it's also a mirror that they're still looking at when they feel you in flow and when they feel you in some sort of guarded energy. These are both cards of being guarded, but one is for a higher purpose and one is for a lower purpose. So I think what I'm seeing here, masculines, is that you're still deferring to the feminine too heavily and not leading your own manifestation here. I'm hearing just because the feminines seem to have figured certain things out, or they can sometimes be more activated in these connections, doesn't mean that you should defer to them. Part of the balance here isn't that you should, do everything, masculines, but trying to find place. The toxicity is that you're looking for cues in your feminine to find place, and you need to be doing it first person and not being afraid of rejection or not being afraid of getting it wrong or putting them off. This is about you coming into more of a leadership for your own life, not necessarily a leadership for your feminine. So if you've been doing things, masculine, to change up your life for the positive, mind, body, or spirit, if you've been getting counseling, if you've been working out, if you've been talking to friends and becoming a better version of yourself, opening up about things that you've stuffed down and bottled up, being honest with family members, anything that you've been doing to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, to change things in your life, any major changes that are happening in your life, this is all part of the becoming you, becoming authentically you. Feminines, this is where the masculines have been push-pull with the feminine because they have known on the deepest levels, or the universe has prevented them from coming forward if they're giving up their own sovereignty in the connection. If they were to just jump ship and do whatever you wish, that would be codependent and karmic. And so this is a learning process for the masculines. Let's see what else we can about this for you beautiful masculines. So humility, I'm getting strength here with Queen of Cups. So definitely pay attention to what your feminine's intuition or the things your feminine is doing, but don't make it a battle, a competition. We've got the strength card here in the inverse, which is my cue for humility. Humility can look like round table discussion. It's not an either or, it's not a competition. And we get progress here. Yeah, progress, and this is that forgiveness. 10 and 6 of Swords. This is really that existential crisis. What is the meaning of life? And so, yeah, your feminine may be showing you a version of them that you think they've got it all figured out in some ways. Some ways, probably not. It's that back and forth thing. But regardless, it's pointing you towards having this progress in your own right. So feminines, just know that's what it's about when it appears that there is toxicity. And you're not wrong, but it's not malicious toxicity. It is the undermining toxic factors that our society perpetuates, that we, or the darkness perpetuates, that we don't step into ourselves or don't have the skills to step into ourselves, into our highest potential. So this is just where, you know, union is synonymous with highest timelines and highest potential. And this is what is inhibiting the masculines, or rather, I would love to look at it as though this is the developmental stage where the masculine forerunners are getting to on the planet, where they are individuating and really coming into their own leadership of their own life, authorship of their own life, self-directed, trusting themselves, authentically being in alignment with what they are here to express. So it is an act of bravery, and it's tentative at times because they care so much about you, feminines, but they are learning how to come into this integrity that you are so, you know, sometimes I see in the comments, the feminines are so impatient and frustrated that the masculines aren't getting it. Well, there's so much behind it. There's generational things. There's imprinting in this lifetime. There are societal things. There are, you know, histories in adulthood that compile on the things that were faulty to begin with. You have to unearth all that stuff and mine the gold. Okay, what is the toxicity for the feminines that we can see? The toxic energies. Four of Cups. This is a card of lamenting the past. This is, I guess this resonates as sort of a melancholy waiting and wondering and being in sort of a when will my love come forward energy. So this journey is teaching the feminine to activate, to continue on, to keep manifesting abundance, even when there's droughts, even when you think that certain things in your external world aren't showing up, or when you're uncertain of the timing. That's actually probably more true for this stage of the journey, that there are ambiguous things that it would be sure nice to know in an ideal partnership. You would be privy to those things. But this is saying there's this like becoming energy, this promise in the air, and that if the feminine defers and waits, that the feminine misses out on the opportunities and direction. There's a FOMO in this energy where divine feminines are being asked to keep building your life, building forward, making your heart sing, being a free spirit, living in joy, regardless. What can we see for advice for the feminines? Yeah, Queen of Swords. This is making decisions based on a knowing, based on joy. Look at how happy this Queen of, being decisive, not being an ambiguous energy, feminines. This Queen of Swords, this is tact, timing, grace. And so you are getting better at this essential masculine inclusion within you about when to make the calls, when to take action, when enough is enough, you know, all across the board. This is still a hangover from old energy where the feminine is meant to follow the suit of the masculine in a patriarchal sense, you know, submit or be subordinate. So this is a little bit of a nudge, feminines, that what is for you, you cannot ruin. And the more you step onto your path, the more it comes in for you. You don't have to fear you're going to miss out on the love of a lifetime. If you keep getting to know who you are, it will just bring you closer and closer into alignment with what is for you. So that's a leap of faith for the feminines. Okay, so I'm going to get into these themes within the dynamics and see what we can for the energetics of the two fears that we saw, or the toxicities that are coming up here, how they're playing out for the masculines in their lives, like how these two, the feminines sort of waiting on the masculines and the masculines really needing to take action. I guess we're getting the same message. It's fairly mirrored here, because the masculines' message was that they need to bravely go forward to the things for their own reasons, and the feminines also got that message in a roundabout way. So I would say we're looking at it from two sides of the coin and what it feels like for each. But let's look at how the masculines continue to see it. I'm going to look at the energetics, how the masculines see it, what else can be illuminated about these things for my viewers, and then specifically how the feminines are seeing these energies showing up in their realities. So thank you, Divine Creator, for bringing through only the highest, most beneficial insights, wisdoms, heart, love bombs for the collective. Okay, conscious mind, what are we meant to be looking at? Ascension, surrender, purification, blue star of hope. Have hope, everybody. These journeys are bringing us into an ascended view of consciousness. And with the messages that came out, these journeys are supporting each of us to come into our highest expression in the world, our most potential, our most beautiful, essential, authentic selves coming out into the world. And we're being asked to surrender to this process, to keep ascending, and to purify anything that is not meant to come forward with each of us. What else do we need to know? Oh, let's go to the masculines. The sun. So something is about to be illuminated to you, masculines. I'm hearing some really positive assurance is going to be coming in that you are indeed activating this ascended viewpoint. I just heard you're not going to be nearly as angry about things that used to tick you off. And you're not going to feel so much of a repulsion for intimacy. I just heard there's going to be more of a friendly warmth. There's more of an empowered holding your own, but with balance coming in, more of a constitution coming in, where it just is what it is, and you're not playing around with those shadow thoughts of feeling rejected or causing a drama or causing an upheaval or fearing the worst regarding others. I'm even hearing you're not going to overthink what others think about you so much before you go to bed at night. Interesting, masculine. So you're going to be sleeping easy. You're going to feel well rested in the daytime. You're getting into a swing of mind, body, and emotion, soul in balance, where your energy levels are coming up, masculines, because you're no longer cycling in negativity like you used to. That's beautiful. How are the feminines meant to be looking? Stay open and curious. Be prepared to swing, bada, at anything that comes to you with truth. This is seeing the truth, connecting, hitting it out of the park with seeing the truth, feminines. What do the counterparts need to see? This is unity consciousness. This is literally the resonance of unity consciousness, where feminines, you know you're up for anything because you're grounded, you're centered, and masculines, that you have this positive reassurance. It's beautiful. So this is where there can be more celebration, because you know you can handle anything. This is power couple dynamic. This is bomb-proof energy. This is the ride or die energy. This is the we can take it all on together kind of thing. And most importantly, independently. What can we see for the heart space, or for the view of each other? Subatomic velociter, acceleration, stimulation, and excitation. So on a subatomic level, on a quantum level, the energies, I'm getting the astrology, the cosmic clock, there is a stimulation, a radiation from central suns coming in right now of the galactic center. We're in this new place in the universe, increased radiation and light codes. And so things are accelerating, things are coming. And it's not just the work we're doing. In some ways, the work we're doing is a proof of this heightened energy coming through the ethers. stimulating humanity to rise right now, to vibrate higher. How are the masculines experiencing this? Heartache is not so overwhelming as it used to be. So masculines, you're starting to see through the illusions of the lies that the world perpetuates, the lies you've told yourself, and the misconceptions that you're about your feminine. So we've seen that in a couple of recent readings where you've started to see the truth beyond what the fear would have told you. And you are starting to have a brand new sunshiny way of looking at things that's not so competitive or lack mentality or at odds. What are the feminines? The moon. So yeah, you're going to have more mysterious psychic gifts coming to light. You're going to have premonitions. You're going to have feelings. I just heard you might feel more things in your body, like an animal feels instinct. Like the weather changes, you might be more aware, feminines, that you're constricting or expanding based on certain people's energies or certain potentials or decisions. This is your guidance system to make decisive decisions, that Queen of Swords that we saw in the first part of the reading. This is you connecting the circuitry so that your mind, body, and emotions are aligned. You're going to start feeling this almost instinctual understanding of potentials. Beautiful. What does everybody need to know? Okay, so that had to do directly, again, I'm going to bring it back one more message, that this is to do with the potentials with your masculine. So it's like you're not needing to know, you're just trusting. You've got this torch lit in the dark and you know you're okay. It's like, I can see through the dark right now and I don't need to have the answers. I'm just going to walk through and trust I'm safe. That's the message I'm getting there, where it has to do with your counterpart. So both are looking at bravery right now. This is the Seven of Wands. This has a masculine in it. We had that for you masculines already. So this is where, you know, masculines have been seeing the feminines starting to flow through adversity, and not just adversity, but really creative things regarding others where they look like they are just magical, floating above it all. Masculines are also emulating that. It's a little more enmeshed. These wands are closer for the masculines, but there is this, you know, even with the feminines, there is this action taking here that doesn't follow the crowd, that is independent thinking, that is self-directed. And there is a flow here for the masculines as well. I think for the masculines, they are individuating a little bit more from people pleasing and certain things in their material realm still. It seems like the feminines have had a little bit more space and time to get away from the herd, but masculines are more enmeshed in that right now. So that can be friend groups. It's like the lessons are very present right now for what the masculines are needing to deal with. I heard fires to put out. So there's still some healing, still some dramas going on for the masculines right now, but things are being accelerated so that this happens faster. So if things are coming up and inconvenient right now, fires to put out, it's because of this subatomic acceleration that's happening that is moving things along. Okay, what can we see on the heart space for the collective? Cosmic heritage, galactic remembrance, star-seeded awakening. So we're getting up and out of the earthly concerns. This is the ascending energy where we're becoming a level 1 society, a global community, where we're no longer festering and segregated. There is that still, but we're moving fast out of it. And now we're going to be pointing our attention on the cosmos, the bigger picture, you know, outside of the earth domain, other solar systems, other planets, other things are of focus now. We're transcending. This is a 22, so we're getting into that unity consciousness, teamwork. This is where humanity is going to start reaching for the stars. So a lot of that kind of otherworldly, extraterrestrial focus is starting to come in for the collective. How are the masculines feeling this on the heart space? They just want to up and out the burden once and for all. They don't want it to have to be such drudgery. They don't want to have to suffer. They don't want to have to watch their loved ones suffer unnecessarily. What are the feminines? King of Pentacles. This king in this deck is always a little bit worried. So feminines, this is where you put your earthly worries into context. Both here have quite a stressed feeling to them. And so this is a cue, everybody, to look higher, to remember what really matters, to know this earth life is temporary. You are never outside the opportunity to have and choose joy in any given moment. And this is saying that a more cosmic heritage and a galactic remembrance can bring you up and out of the over fixation on this realm, this temporary existence. And so what are we being asked to illuminate? Baby steps. As we shift, just our consciousness, our technologies, our daily motion, just the things available to us are gradually, we're all in this together. It's all shifting. We're becoming more interconnected, more global and unified. And we are just naturally making these steps that are progressive towards a broader cosmology. But we are doing this, for those watching this, we are doing this in the name of love and through the lens of twin flame journey. So all of the relevance is to do with breaking down communication and becoming authentic and merging on a deeper level, integrating wholeness so that we can have really solid relationships. So remember, though, it's affecting broad spectrum, the whole world, all of existence for humankind right now. And it's also affecting us with these love journeys because we're the specialists in this. So we're seeing holistically how all of it works together. As we become conscious, we become more conscious about interpersonal dynamics and romantic love at the same time as financial things and material realm things are being transcended as well. What can we see on the heart space for each other? 2211 I just saw. Sophistication, ingenuity, originality, and elegance. Pegasian Stargate. So there is something hidden, this came out in the reverse, for each that you are more similar to your counterpart than you think. So I'm being told that on the heart space, the heart knows this home feeling, but there is something still hidden and cloaked from each counterpart, just how similar we actually are to each other and the way our soul processes information. So this is we've seen quite a bit of mirroring in this reading, yet from the masculine and feminine perspective, the level of empathy needed to see that each counterpart is truly going through these things simultaneously, there's a little bit of a disconnect there because possibly there isn't a lot of communication. That doesn't matter. It's still coming in. Baby steps as we all do this. Alignment is brought into focus. How are the masculines experiencing this? They are going through a major transformation of self. They're reinventing themselves. I just saw 2323. So this is the year of reinventing ourselves. The masculines are doing it internally. The feminines are doing it in their material realm. Interesting. What are the feminines seeing? Yeah, feminines, this Two of Cups in the inverse, it's on the table, but you're really focusing on making room for love in your life and emotionally connecting that motion so that I'm just getting the sense that there's no difference between the feminines making room in their physical life for real love and the connection with the emotions and how available I'm getting that the feminines have been emotionally unavailable. Masculines feel in many ways that they've been the ones that have been emotionally unavailable, but the feminines have come off as aloof or guarded or not available because of the circumstances in their material realm. So their material realm circumstances have put off an energy of emotionally unavailable. And masculines, you've notoriously taken one for the team about being emotionally the reason you have been able to go into the excellence in this transformation physically, emotionally. Hang on, getting that backwards. There is an identical energy. It's hard to differentiate between one and the other. On the surface, it looks like the masculines have been the emotionally unavailable ones, but there is a deep transformation happening. And it's been because of the material realm things that the masculines have been prioritizing. Feminines have been prioritizing emotional realm things, but it's an inverse. So the masculines, I actually want to say masculines, you have been more emotionally available than the feminines have. But we've gotten it flipped. Your emotional savvy masculines have been grounded and practical in these journeys and have anchored things when it was inappropriate to go forward. Even though that comes off as emotionally unavailable because you're taking one for the team and having to call the shots, you have in many ways, masculines, been more in tune with grounded emotions than the feminines have been. And it has been the feminines that have been withholding consciously the emotions because of circumstances in the physical. These things are all changing. We're in the process of this smoothing out. Queen of Wands, this is my martial artist flow and grace card. This is the Disney princess card where all things come up to conspire to assist. And this is the view of reality that masters take. You know, that martial artist using the chi, using the energies, even using these galactic energies for more elegant, sophisticated things. This is a master manifestation energy. This is using all the energies at our disposal for streamlining the best course of action. And so both are sort of learning to go with the flow here, but not seeing where it's going fully, because that's the humble motion of letting it come through us without having an egoic agenda about how it should all work out, or an attachment or a expectation set in stone that would be harmful, even slightly, along the way. This is the going with the flow. Beautiful message. So yeah, no matter what we've kind of pointed the finger at on these journeys and said it's all been working together to bring in more of a flow. What can we see for the manifestations going forward? Divination, intuition, inner vision. So we are still in a period of learning for ourselves. What are the masculines witnessing? Yeah, they see that these connections are becoming more dominant in their physical realm based on alignment, but they're also now seeing the masculines are grieving their reputation with certain people that they thought they needed to please in the past. Certain hurt feelings or wounded, bruised loyalties, bruised ego. I'm hearing masculines are letting that stuff go and saying, why am I so concerned with that person when their character is why would I worry about that? That person has not earned my respect. That person has disrespected. That person was a phony. That person was in weak energy. So the masculines are taking their power back from people that they thought they had to uphold their reputation with. Wow. What are the feminines doing? Feminines are loving themselves despite whether their masculine is there or not. So continuing to just really do that inner transmutation, that basically both are doing this self-love motion. Masculines are doing it with, the world and the reputation. The feminines are doing it regarding being chosen as a counterpart. What does everybody need to see? These cycles are coming to a close where the feminines are no longer needing the approval from the masculine to know their worthiness, and the masculines are no longer needing the approval from the world to know their worthiness. What can we see for the actions being taken? Trust is deepening here. I gotta go fast because I need to do personal sessions. How are the masculines? Yeah, energetically, they are trusting you, feminines. There is this contrast and duality going on. They are always connected to you, whether they are connected to you in the physical to the degree that you could be or not. This is a knowing of the connection here. And feminines, this is the Hermit. So there is some coming out of the Hermit. There's a little bit of forward motion for the feminines here with some decisive action to just keep staying the course and trust that everything that has to happen, energy wants to balance, and those decisions that you need to make will be made on a need to make basis. And so you don't have to do too much overthinking about when, what, where, who, why. Just trust that when it's necessity, it will be evident and you will make the right decision at those times. Pull your energy back from overly concerning yourself with how it should look. Trust it will work out right now. Your masculine is picking up on these cues from you big time. What do the counterparts need to see? Not everything has been cosmically shown to us yet. The sun in the inverse, this is a cosmic energy, and it hasn't been revealed to the level that we can take decisive action or see what it's all been for in its entirety yet. This is the stage where we are being asked to keep going on faith and to, get our popcorn and keep watching this beautiful unfolding. What is the biggest challenge right now? Divinity, responsibility, humility. So staying humble through this rite of passage. All good manifestations have a phase like this where we don't even see what we're doing because we are actively manifesting and just doing what's needed as it comes without really understanding how intricately connected the things that are showing up are to what we have asked for becoming. Boom, that is incredible. So just stay the course humbly and know that in time this will reveal. This is the challenge right now. Masculines just keep asking for understanding, laying down burden, asking for guidance. What are my next steps? What do I need to release? What do I need to do next? Feminines, don't fall into temptation right now, feminines. This is where you might feel like it's dragging out a little bit and tempted to go back to old coping methods. I'm seeing addictions. I'm seeing lovers that you don't have a connection with. I'm seeing being tempted to go back to karmic partners. There's a lot of trickery in the energy, feminines. Don't let your mind play tricks with you. Don't feel tempted right now. Really see your empowerment. Be the strong energy. Be the integral energy that you know that you want to see in your masculine. And don't be afraid if temptation does come up, because when it comes up and you see yourself handling it in a different way, that's when you can find the self-worth and pride and that humble self-love. It's easy to love yourself when there's nothing big going on. But when you can continue to choose to love yourself and not harm yourself by falling prey to temptation or lower vibrational energy, you can really just take heart that you have made it and you are the person that you've wanted to become. What do the counterparts need to see about this? Princess of Pentacles, take each moment as it comes. This is very much presence in action. What is the solution right now? Flexibility, connection, commitment, resolution. So things are coming to a resolution here. How are the masculines seeing it? Anxieties are at an all-time high as that bubble of anxiety breaks once and for all, I just heard. So masculines, don't believe the hype of everything you're thinking right now. It's actually just there to clear. So if you can observe any kind of really cringy energy, just know that, wow, it's coming up consciously right now so that I can ask it to leave the building. Here's the feminines. So you may have felt like there were missed opportunities in the past, but the masculines are clearing their anxiety and they are, aware of how magical this opportunity is with you. There is going to be a resolution. What don't we see? Judgment energy in the inverse, like the sun was. There are things that have not been revealed because it has not been cosmically time. It is coming. We are right in that eclipse shadow right now. And so there's going to be a lot coming to light over the next little while. First eclipse is on the 14th and the 28th. This has been a big one. This is going to be a really big revelation. What is the energy with direction in the near future? Repatterning, guidance. So keep seeking higher guidance, because this is where we're no longer in ego, running the show, making choices based on ego. We're doing this on universal attunement, repatterning, and guidance, out of the grounding into the world and the false securities, into grounding into the energetics and the true seat of manifestation and creation. We're aligning with the intentions and the energy, the frequencies that determine what transpires in the material realm. We're no longer clinging to this maybe we won't have things again kind of thing, that scarcity. We're now seeing that it is what we make of it and how we feel about things. So there's a repatterning. How are the masculines experiencing this? They are getting higher downloads, and these keys are illuminating left, right, and center right now for the masculines. They are getting clarity on this key about reality, that it is indeed about these energies and awarenesses behind the scenes, that intention, and with those people that the masculines have been concerned about living up to their approval, the masculines are seeing those people can't hold water to the character and the integrity that the masculines have become. And so this is the key. It's all about intention. It's all about alignment. It's all about frequency. Feminines, see how great you are based on that. This is feminines. You need to be humble, yes, but you are a beautiful, extraordinary, pure being. That is your true spiritual value that you're not seeing in yourself, this soul stuff. Really ask the divine to show you your independent worth as an energetic spiritual being. That's your beauty. That is your radiance. That is your truth. What do we all need to see? Here comes this other chance. This is a Four of Cups for the third time. This is the second chance that's going to be dawning. This is the divinely given now moment, second chance coming in, being handed. Third party situations, fuck ups, masculines are remorseful right now, but it doesn't matter. Pure gold, it's coming in. When we know better, we do better. When we appreciate, we can become accountable. Masculines, it doesn't matter what others will think of you for being in these connections. All you need to know is that it matters what you think of you. And feminines, all you need to know is it matters what you think of you. Okay, everybody, bye for now. Much love.